Hey everybody, Ghosted here, and sorry for the delay on the League Starter video. I have had insane ear pain and it's just caused me to not get a lot of stuff done. But I wanted to get my League Starter video done and kind of go over a couple things and what I plan to League Start. If you saw the thumbnail, I will be going Werewolf, Invoker, Monk. And the reason for this is I love Invoker Monk. The Ascendancy is very solid. And I also think that the passive tree is going to be very good with incorporating werewolf skills into it as well. And first thing I do want to do is go over the Ascendancy with you guys and why I decided to go with Invoker Monk. Okay, so first things first, I'm using Maxroll's planner to show you guys the Ascendancy nodes. So again, Invoker Monk, the best part about Invoker Monk, I will say, especially for later game, it will definitely be Sunder my enemies. Critical hits ignore non-negative enemy monster elemental resistances. So when you're critting, when enemies in the end game and stuff do have resistances, that's not going to matter to you. There is ways that we could also get it into the negative as well with cold exposure, lightning exposure, stuff like that. And we are this is my theory, and why I decided to go with Invoker Monk is I do want to path up to Unbound Avatar. This right here, this is a buff. You build up like stacks pretty much. Once you get enough stacks, you can pop it, and it's going to increase your damage. So combining Unbound Avatar with, where is it, Lunar Blessing. This is another buff that applies to Werewolf. So I think being able to pretty much have like double buff go off would be something unique and special for Werewolf Invoker. So that's kind of like my thought process. I'm going to be testing this and hope that it goes pretty well. But I think Unbound Avatar combined with Lunar Blessing, getting that double buff action is going to be really, really good for single target or those tanky rares. And I think combining that with Cross Slash, which was like the big chunk damage that werewolves were doing, it's using the ice fragments that drop and kind of just like exploding all those at once. I think that is just going to be like a very cool combination, and that's kind of like my thought process with going Invoker Monk at the moment. And also when it comes to gearing in the trade league, I love going for Lead Me Through Grace. This is going to give you spirit depending on how much energy shield you have and evasion rating you have on your chest piece. So the better your chest piece is, the more spirit you get out of this. I personally prefer this over trying to find good gear that has spirit built into it. It can be kind of annoying to do so or very expensive. So again, kind of going Sunder my enemies into Unbound Avatar and Lead Me Through Grace. I think this is going to be a very, very good combination with the werewolf stuff that we'll be doing. And also early on, you'd spec I'm the Blizzard for extra cold damage and chilling the ground. But I do think later on in the end game, you'd actually go I am the Thunder. I do plan on incorporating lightning as well. So like Herald of Thunder and adding lightning damage to like my rings, my talisman if possible, because shocking enemies is so good, but also just to like have that flashiness to it as well. So in the end game, when we have enough cold, it'll probably look like this. But early on, the first thing you spec into is I'm the Blizzard, and then up into Unbound Avatar. And again, for Pinnacle Bossing and Protect Me from Harm, actually got a buff. If you read this, it says 50% less evasion rating. So what this does is it turns your evasion into armor, but it does drop your total evasion. So this is actually getting buffed. It's going to be 35% less evasion. Right now it's 50. So again, for Pinnacle Bossing and just like trying to not get like one-shotted, this is going to be huge right here. So in my opinion, that's why I want to go Invoker Monk. I do think if you would like to, you could potentially also go like Amazon or Pathfinder. I think those are going to be two really good picks as well. I don't know. I would have to see like how Shaman or Oracle actually plays. I kind of like this side of the tree better. I'm just looking at one of my previous monk builds right now. But this is just such a good side of the tree. We have like a ton of attack damage, attack speed. We also have crit, a bunch of crit all over the place. There's a ton of elemental damage nodes too. So I think it's just going to be super solid. I think it's going to be super solid for Werewolf. Just to give you guys some insight, I'll be going left side of the tree to attack speed, getting skill speed and going for these red nodes. The red nodes are attack damage nodes, which are very good for leveling. So the attack damage here, attack damage here, attack speed here, attack damage here. Just hitting all those nodes, getting elemental damage up here or down there or up here is really good as well. And then in the later game, we will be definitely going crit and stuff like that. Also, I'll be doing double herald, so maybe coming calamity as well. But that is just like, this is a league star. I don't have like a lot of information that I can go over with you guys yet. So this is just like my thought process right now. I hope it makes sense. It's not too annoying to just like have the hypothetical going on, but everybody's doing it. And I know I make builds. A lot of people are curious what I'm doing. So I figured I would work on the video for you guys. Let's talk a little bit more about skills. I couldn't really find the skill gem for the basic skill, but here we do have the basic skill for the wolf right here, which actually looks pretty solid, and it does have comboing available to it. If you guys are familiar with Crescendo, I do think for the basic skill, for me, it's going to be very similar to Ice Strike. So we will be incorporating rage buildup with it, attack speed, probably throw Crescendo in there. We'll just really have to see. I couldn't find the skill gem to kind of show you guys. But another skill that I do want to show you guys is Lunar Assault. So as you can see, Lunar Assault, it does like an ice swipe attack, and it does freeze, and it's very, very good. It's very, very good. So I just want to show you visual of what that's going to look like, right? And then here's Lunar Assault right here. If you look at the tags, it does have AoE, melee. So this does have the strike tag next to it. That's the biggest tag that it could have for me, and the reason for that is for the support gem Ancestral Call. So for strike attacks with Ancestral Call, this is actually going to ancestrally boost the strikes, and when it's a strike, it will target 2 additional enemies. So from what you just saw, I got to rewind it a little bit. So the swipe that you see, that's going to send out pretty much like 2 clones. Pretty much 2 clones will come out and they will target other additional mobs for you. So that's going to be like really good for mapping. The freeze buildups on it is really good too. So this is going to be like a very good tool for mapping and pathing during the leveling process. So that's something that I just thought about, is how good Ancestral Call is going to be with that. Also, there's the Pounce attack, which looks pretty solid. You can ancestrally boost it. I'm not going to really show gameplay of it, but you can ancestrally boost it. You might even be able to socket a mark gem into it. It does say that it has Predator's Mark built into it, so I'm not too sure. But Pounce looks like it's going to be pretty solid. Big damage is going to be cross slash. I think with this skill, what it could be similar to is when people were doing combo points and building charges into Falling Thunder. You could potentially use Culmination with cross slash, as well as just specking into like big critical damage, which is what I plan to do. This could be like the big single target damage. So that's my plan, is to just try to maybe see how it does with like Culmination and critical strike damage with support gems like Ambrosia and stuff like that. And again, like I said, Lunar Blessing, this is going to be a buff, a pretty substantial buff, right? I mean, this gem's level 13, and it gives us 150% attack damage, as well as grants 50% of damage gained as cold damage. So that combined again with Unbound Avatar is going to be, I hope, very, very big, and that's what I'm looking forward to the most with it. Savage Fury, this is a spirit gem, a new spirit gem that we're going to be able to use. You gain Fury at maximum stacks of Fury. You get 21% multiplicative damage, as well as attack speed and movement speed. You do lose percentage of life per second, but with spirit gems like, or support gems like Vitality and Cannibalism, you should be able to combat that pretty well. So I mean, that's a big buff right there. So we'll probably be rocking Savage Fury, Herald of Thunder, Herald of Ice. We'll probably throw in Wind Dancer or something like that. Something basic like that. I do want to say I will also be doing weapon swap with a quarterstaff, and it will be using Shattering Palm. This is a very good skill. You can also put Ancestral Call on this and have it send out like multiple 2 clones to target additional enemies. So pretty much you'll dash in with Shattering Palm and then just do your werewolf stuff and things to blast the enemies. And also there's freezing mark, which I think they changed, and it's like it applies like freeze way better. So there's a chance that we'll use freezing mark with quarterstaves as well. Something along those lines. But yeah. Um it's looking pretty solid, man. I'm pretty sure my main damage form is probably gonna be like the basic skill into like pounce or lunar assault, and then cross slashing for like single target, as well as like popping unbound avatar, lunar blessing. It's probably gonna have quite a bit of buttons, but I don't mind that. I don't mind that. The Jonathan's vision is comboing, so we'll be doing quite a bit of that. I think werewolf's sick. In fucking Diablo, I played druid werewolf shapeshift nonsense, so this is kind of like what I've been looking forward to with Druid. I will say, I think the big problem that we're gonna run into is most definitely gonna be attributes. With what I want to accomplish, I want to also incorporate lightning, which is a lot of dexterity. Like Herald of Thunder is quite a bit of dexterity. As you can see here, this is like for a low level gym. This is a level 13 gym, and it requires 119 dex. So the higher, the more dex is going to be required. So we're going to need int, dex, and strength, which I will be testing out. That would be the biggest issue that we would run into. But if you were able to get like all attributes on an amulet, that's going to help you out big. If you get like, strength on a piece of gear as well, I don't see it being the biggest issue. But that's what I want to accomplish. I want to accomplish, the frost wolf stuff, as well as incorporating lightning as well, to kind of make it a bit special in my own way. And then, like I said, the weapon swap with like quarter staves, as well as going invoker. Yeah, I hope it's going to be pretty solid. I will have a planner that I will be updating. There's not a lot I can do with planners at the moment because we don't have access to the actual werewolf like talisman skill gems and stuff like that. But if you guys pay attention to my stream, twitch.tv/ghosted, you can find the build planner there. I'll be updating it nonstop. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you guys are going to league start something different, let me know in the comments. I'm curious what people are going to be going. I do think Amazon's a solid pick, or Pathfinder. And who knows, maybe people will cook up some stuff with Shaman as well as Oracle. So we'll see. This was just my quick league start video. It was super delayed. Like I said, I have had killer ear pain to where I was just like immobilized. So I'm sorry about the late video. But as you can see, I'm up pretty late getting this video done. So make sure you like it, comment, all that good stuff. Help your boy out. And I'll see you guys in 0.4. All right. See you later, guys.